Shit. Yeah. Bit. What's the matter, baby? Oh, good Lord. Some people have no life. Oh, hey, Tanya. Hey, Sophie. I literally not even been here for a minute, 45 seconds. Hey, Lucky. Anything you do is drive people crazy. These people putting out this fake ass shit. Lord, Lord. These people always saying bullshit. Oh, good Lord, good Lord. All right. Tanya, I just got your donation. Thanks, and you can ask whatever you want. Oh, hey, Teresa, how you doing? Okay. What's the matter, baby? You want to go outside? You want to go pee pee? You've been here like forever. I've been waiting for you, but you're just being a lurch and annoying. What's the matter? Oh, what's the matter? You good? This dog's psyching out. Oh boy. I give up on you. I feel like you're deaf, and I just talk to hear myself. Fuck's sake. All right, Tanya. Let me see. All right, you wanted to ask how your meeting with your boss tomorrow is gonna go. Last time he got canceled. Today's team meeting went okay, but just not. But now I don't know what is going on. All right, let's check. Oh, Tanya's getting a reading right now. Teresa. Give me a second, guys. This fucking dog's aggravating me. Come here. All this fucking time I've been waiting for you, and then I go live and you want to fucking irritate me. This is why I tell people don't get pets, because all you are is a fucking aggravation in my life. That's why God didn't give me no children. God gave me nephews where I can deal with them and take them right back. Unfortunately, you know, fucking nuisance. Fucking drink gallons and gallons of water all goddamn day. It's not even hot right now. All she wants to do is drink, eat, piss, and sleep. Oh, fuck's sake, man. I swear. There are some days where I say to myself, that's why I'll never get a fucking another dog ever again. Yep. Let's go. Cause you pissed me off. Come on. Let's go. Fucking irritating. Let's go. Come on. I'll be right back. I gotta go take her to pee. Fucking nuisance. Fuck. Let's go. Nothing but a fucking nuisance in my life. Female dogs, females, doesn't matter. Anything female in my life is a fucking nuisance. Go lay down and don't aggravate me. Anybody want a dog? You can have them free. There's no water left, dummy. You drank it all. Go to your bed. Fucking disobedient fool. I swear, always something, but so fucking annoying. The most annoying fucking dogs on earth. I've had a few dogs, but nothing like this damn dog. All right, I'm sorry, Tanya. I'll get to your question now. My bad. I had to do this fucking nuisance. Well, it doesn't look good, Tanya, to be honest. I don't get good cards here at all. That's either one or two things. That the meeting isn't going to happen. And if it does happen, he's going to tell you that he's not happy with you and work stuff and everything else. And he's going to tell you that things have to change. Or he's going to tell you about changes that are going to happen. It doesn't seem like he's happy. Like, I don't know what the meeting is about, but he's going to tell you that he's not happy with certain things. Um, and that things have to slowly change and things like that. So it's one or two things. It's either this meeting's not going to happen, or if it does happen, he's going to tell you that a lot of things have to change, and a lot of things are going to have to be dealt with in a certain way. Like, I don't think she has anything against you because I feel like she knows that you make her money and she knows that you know, you're worth, the position you have and things like that. I just think that she knows that, I think that she wants you to know that nobody's gonna take advantage of you in any type of way. Like she might have your back in some ways and tell you about other people or other situations. And she might even talk about maybe a raise, possibly. And if it isn't that, it's like I don't know. I get like mixed things here. Like it's telling me that she thinks that you're she might tell you like about like like personal things. I don't know if you guys talk personally about life and stuff like that, like your own lives. Like she might tell you about that because I don't. This is not work related. See, this is like it's different things. So if you guys personally talk about each other's life or tell each other about each other's lives, then that's what I would say it is. Yeah. So maybe that's the what I see here because I have no idea what this is trying to tell me because if you have a meeting with them, I would say that it's going to be like a 50-50 thing. It's going to be good and bad. So, yeah. So she might tell you to do certain things that you might not want to do. Oh, okay. So she might tell you about other bullshit that's happening, but I don't think that she's going to be upset with you personally. She might tell you to be more safe and be more discreet and there's nothing wrong with your work stuff. It's just like things around. So I don't know. It's kind of weird because it's telling me different things. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? So yeah, I would say like it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it could be like personal things too. I don't think it's like all work related, to be honest. You know. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I get. I have a few stories, but I got a few stories what happened today. Nothing bad, just like life of being Mark. I'll check back with you tomorrow and let you know. I'm kind of nervous about it, but I was nervous before talking to you. Maybe it's picking up your energy of being nervous, but like I don't think like it's something bad personally. I just think that she might tell you certain shit about like people or about her own life that she's not happy in her own life you know or she might say, look, I know you're going through a lot of bullshit, you know, and but remember you got to do your job too, or some bullshit like that. Like it's just something. It just I don't know. It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's not nothing extremely bad or extremely good. It's just giving me like an in between feeling that the meeting is gonna be, you know, like what the fuck, you know. I might hear to deal with work, or I might hear to deal with you. So if you talk to her about personal things, then I would say it's probably that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, so like things like that. But otherwise, that I don't think it's gonna be something like bad, bad. Oh, hey Lynn, how you doing? Yeah, I have a list tonight, so I just want you guys to be patient. I've only been on here for like 15 minutes. I guess you guys miss me. You're terrible. Oh no, that's not good. I don't want to hear that. That's gonna make me feel terrible now. She's in a tough spot, and I need to be open to her suggestions. Yeah. Well, me and you, I can't say too much. How many teas? Right. So Tanya, I would say like, it might be like a meeting of work, but more personal things, if that makes sense, on her end. Maybe she needs somebody to like vent to or something, I guess. How you doing, Marilyn? I'm trying to make sure I speak to everybody because when I'm reading, like I just go into, my zone and shit. I try to like make sure I speak to everybody. I don't want people like Mark's ignoring me like that other freak used to do. That's why I got rid of her. You don't speak to me. You ignore me, so I left. I never did such thing. You just want to be the center of everyone's attention. That's why you do what you do to yourself. Anyway, be nice, Mark. No, she was supposed to come tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Tom. I know. That's why you need healing, Dan. Just like she said. Well, most people who speak the truth, you know how they end up. They end up getting lied about their whole life, even with proof. Even with proof. People would deny the truth right in front of you. That's how sad it is. People be talking shit about somebody, and then they be like, "Oh yeah, but that's not true." Yes, it is. I'm telling you, it's true because in my mind, it's true. In my beady little stupid mind, it's true because I'm a dumbass. Oh, her healing meant something different, because she can heal. Did you know that? She can heal. She can do a lot of things. Oh Lord Jesus, help me, man. That's why I pray every day. That's why I pray every day. Because every day there's something. I get tested every day. I really do. The devil's like got his pitchfork. He's like, Marky, I'm here. And he sits on my shoulders like, hey, bro, I'm here. I'm like, yeah, fuck out of here. I'm listening to you. No. Needs to be the faucet outside of the camp needs to be replaced, resealed. RV tech was gonna come tomorrow. I canceled because I need a kiss butt. Okay, whatever that means. But I'm glad you can get it fixed. All right. Okay, so Teresa donated for a reading for you and Tanya and Sophie. But Tanya, you just got a reading. But if you want me to check something else, or I don't know what's going on, or you want to save it for another time, it's up to you. Sophie, you can ask your question if you want. While Sophie puts up her question, about 9:30 this morning, my mom and dad's neighbor calls. I didn't even know. I don't know her number. I saw this number come up. I'm like, who the fuck is this? So I'm like, hello? She goes, hey, Mark, it's me, Pam, your neighbor. And I'm like, I ain't got no neighbors around here called Pam. And then I was like, hey, yeah, my dad's mom and dad's neighbor. Like, she's my neighbor too, right? Well, she's still my neighbor because my mom and dad's house. Your dad's here, and he said that your mom locked them out of the house. They're in the garage, and they locked the keys in the house. Your mom locked the door, thought your dad had the key because he was going to the garage to go deal with the car. So when your dad went to go start the car, he realized he didn't bring no keys. So they're blaming each other about whose fault it is. But they need you to come down here and give them your spare key that you have for the house. And I was like, why me, Jesus? Why me? It's 9:30 in the morning. I'm just like, we're getting ready to start my day. I already like was started pretty much. I'm thinking something like, bad, right? Thank God it wasn't. So I was like, all right, tell my dad I'll be there in like 10, 15 minutes. You know? No. So then I get down there and my dad's in the car. You can see he's not impressed, right? You so then I give my mom, the keys that I have, I gave them to her, right? But I have two sets just in case. And they have two sets as well. But guess where the spare key was? In my mom's purse that's in the house. So all the keys to the house was inside the house. And I told her, so the purse that you're taking to the grocery store right now that has the key in it, why you didn't use that one? Oh, that's the purse I go to when I go to the city. So I was like, didn't I tell you put that fucking key in the pump room? So that way when you have that problem, you can go in the pump room and get it in the stash spot where I tell you where it's been all these years, just in case I forget or somebody forgets and they can get in the house. So I said, Mark, don't make it worse than it already is, right? So I didn't, I just told my mom, I opened the door and I said, go ahead. I'm taking back my key, but go make sure that fucking key goes in the pump room or the garage somewhere where you know it is. Because you know the code to the garage so you can get in. All right. And then make sure the side door key is in there too, just in case. And I said, you know what else? Is the back door key, right? You should have that there all the time in the garage somewhere. Stash it, do something. And it's like, oh, well, it's always an excuse, right? It's never like, I don't know. And guess who they call every fucking time? Me. Guess who has to go deal with them every time? Me. So then my neighbor, right, calls me back. I said, oh, I missed your call because I was on the motorcycle. I couldn't hear you. He goes, oh, I just want to tell you you're a good son. I said, yes, I know, Pam. I am a good son. But she goes, I know. Yeah, your mom, you got to realize your mom and dad's getting old. I said, well, they are old and they are a pain in the ass. But, at the end of the day, they don't do this often. I couldn't tell you the last time this has ever happened, but, you know, it's all good. I live 10 minutes away, so it's not like it's a big problem, you know? So, anyway, yeah, that's what happened to me first thing this morning. Well, not first thing in the morning, but like 9:30. Anyway, now that I tell you my first story, I'll answer Sophie's question. Then you guys be like, Mark's talking too damn much, ain't answering my fucking question. All right. Sophie said, I got called for a job. Is this a good job? Should I take it? Okay. Let me check. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. All right. So, what I'm getting is if you take this job, it's going to be difficult. If you take this job, it's going to require a lot of activity. It's going to be, you're going to have to be like having a desire to like try and do it at least. It might not be your job of choice, or it might not be a job that you might not like at first. But I do see it's going to be very difficult if you do take this job. But I think it's you anticipating the worst and anticipating like, bad things, or you might feel like it's a job where you're like, I got to put up with a lot of bullshit. So there's a lot of activity, like a lot of, you have to have the desire to really do it, like, I mean, it can increase your money and your like your and make money, but I feel like if this is like a job that's new, then I would feel like you'd have to overcome like the bullshit that you're gonna deal with in the beginning. If you expect, oh, it's for a lawyer. Okay, well that's probably why I'm getting what I'm getting then, because lawyers are demanding. So, and you're gonna be probably busy. So if you want to deal with it, I would say it'll be like a struggle, and it'll be like a. It's not telling me like don't take the job. It just says it's going to be a difficult job. And if you're willing to take on the responsibilities and the chances, yeah, it says go for it. But it's gonna be difficult. It might be like out of your league, or maybe like if it isn't out of your league, it's gonna be like it's just you anticipating the worst. So try not to like feel that way. It says take the job. It's meant to be like a job that you should take, but it's saying that like if you fear it, then it's gonna it be inflicted in you. You know? Yeah. So that's probably why I got what I got then. Because if you never work for a lawyer, it's gonna be difficult at first, and then after that, it seems like it'll be fun. So I got the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. So that tells me like if you take it on, it's going to be difficult at first, but after that, I think you should be fine after that. Like you might feel like I don't have no friends here, I don't have nobody I can really talk to. This is just like work and shut the fuck up type of vibe. So if you want that, then I would say go for it. It's a job, you know. No job is really perfect, unless you do OnlyFans all day and make stupid money for just showing your feet or your tits or something. So, yeah. And it doesn't matter what job you have, there's always going to be an asshole. There's always going to be somebody you don't like. So, Sophie, I would say go for it. It's going to be difficult at first, but I feel like you'll deal with it. You'll be fine afterwards. So Tanya, do you want your second reading from Teresa now, or you want to save it, or what do you want to do? And then I got Marilyn next, and then after Marilyn, I have Lynn. Okay, you'll take it now. All right. You're welcome, Sophie. Wish you the best always. Dan. All right. All right. Will I hear from the estate attorney with paperwork? We're expecting tomorrow. Well, if this person is like, if this attorney person is a woman, then I would say yes, you're going to hear from them. Actually, I mean, there's a woman and two men, so I would say yes all around. It's showing me two men and a woman that's dealing with it, so maybe that's I would say yes. Okay, well there you go. If it's a woman, it's a Queen of Pentacles, so I got yes that you'll hear from them in the next 48 hours. So tomorrow, Saturday, possibly. You know, in the next 48 hours, I feel you'll hear from them. And as far as like the paperwork and everything, it looks legit. Looks like it's cool. There might be some plans that you might have to adjust or cancel or something like. Even though you're getting the paperwork, in the end result of this is great. You got the 10 of cups at the very end here, but it's telling me that you might not be happy with certain things, but it's only like a temporary thing and then you're going to be fine afterwards. You know what I mean? So there could be something that there could be some like agreement that is broken, but it's for a reason, it's for the better, or whatever plans that they have, it might something might not work out where it works out for the better, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, then that's probably what it is. Cause I got like something not working, but then working in the long run. So that's what I would say. Okay, good. As long as it makes sense, that's what that matters. All right, so let me see here. All right, Marilyn. Hi, hi. You said, how did my old teacher feel after our interaction of him? How did I would say the interaction you had with this the old teacher HG on Facebook several years ago, I feel like the person was fine with it and they feel like, that it was okay. It was like they probably felt like it was meant to happen or meant to talk to or meant to like, you guys talk together. They enjoyed the conversation. They try not to be biased on whatever it was. I would say they enjoyed the whatever you said, whatever you guys talked about, the interaction on Facebook, whatever you guys talked about, it was fine at that time. And now, you said, how does she feel now? I would say she feels like the outcome advanced for something better, and she tried not to look at it in a bad way. It's like this person thinks that it was good and bad, or there had good points and bad points, and she also thinks that it could have been some misunderstandings here and there as well too. And I would say right now she's like going through maybe a divorce or maybe like something like that. I see some energy around her that's making her feel like a certain way. But this person seems like a good person that's successful. HG. So Marilyn, that's what I got. I feel like this person wanted to be fair with you. Like they didn't want to really express themselves too much. I don't know if this is making sense, but like I feel like this person has a maybe written on their forehead. Like maybe I'll be nice and maybe I'll do this and maybe I'll feel this way. I feel like this person, their feelings are kind of, you know, they have like strict feelings to feel certain ways and to judge certain things and not be biased or just be teacher like and be like, I'm not gonna like, really engage in too much of what I know and what I don't know and what I say and what I don't say. Maybe this, maybe that. Like I'm not getting like 100% like I don't like you or I do like you. It's like I'm gonna conversate with you based on what is going on, and that's pretty much it. I feel like this person might keep things, to a certain level. Maybe it's because of their job or their reputation or something. You're welcome, Marilyn. Hope that made sense. Mm, you're welcome, Tanya. I'm just trying to catch up. Yeah. All right, Lynn, you're next. If you're here, you can ask your question when you're ready. Ah, okay. She has to work hard to be a nice person. She was always nice to you, but a bitch to others. Yeah, so that's why I didn't probably get nothing directed to you personally. I don't think I think she liked you pretty much, if that's what you want to hear. She did like you. She's cool with you. I didn't see nothing bad. I just got like you said, she's you know, she had to work hard to be a nice person. That's why I'm getting. Maybe I like you. Maybe I'll speak to you. Maybe I'll give a shit about you. She could be my long lost like ancestor or sister or cousin. 'Cause I feel the same way about people. I really don't give a fuck. I really have to work hard to be nice sometimes to people too. People want me to be nice to people that are shit. That ain't happening. I'm only nice to people who are nice to me. You're nice to me, I'll be nice to you. You want to be a biatch? Well, I'm gonna be an asshole. Welcome. Most time I'm nice. I'm really nice when I sleep. All right, so Lynn, you said I'm very disappointed in my family. Okay, Teresa, yeah, I saw that. Thank you. I'm very disappointed in my family and just around people like me in general. Any guidance, yeah, get on a plane, say fuck everybody, and come to Bermuda and come be with Marky. That's all you gotta do. It gets rid of all your problems. That's all. Just tell everybody, look, I'm going on a vacation. Fuck you people. Like, where you going? Don't tell them. Just come to Bermuda and just hang out with me, and I'll heal you from all your bullshit. That's it. That's all you gotta do. It's that simple. So that's your guidance. That's what Spirit tells me. You know, they said, tell Lynn come visit you. And you and her will have a great time. Yeah. See, you're laughing already. I made your night. See, that's the guidance I can give you. Like she says, no, Mark, fuck you. I'm not coming to Bermuda. You ain't no, 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 no. Oh, at least I tried. Fuck. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to shuffle the cards then. See, it's just gonna have to be that way now. I'm heartbroken. Ouch. Oh, I know you're not lying. I see a lot of fucking bullshit right here. This is not good. I can understand why you're terrible now. I see arguments, uncertainty, babbling, slander, talking shit, controversy. But this is all things that are, I feel like you're punishing yourself by dealing with them, if that makes sense. Because I feel like this is now becoming a weird experience. Things are becoming like they're becoming your downfall, or they might end up being your downfall eventually, or you're seeing the downfall of all of them. I feel like you're struggling and a lot of conflict and obstacles, maybe even competition and aggression, verbal wars, like all sorts of bullshit I hear. But it says that you are very alert to these things, right? I don't know if you're like the youngest or you're one of the younger ones in the family, or maybe because I'm getting like a young energy. So if you're like the youngest, they're probably telling you, oh, yeah, you're too young. You don't know nothing. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And that's why you're stuck in the middle because you're young. You don't know anything. Fuck you. Shut up. You don't know this person like I know this person. So I'm getting you as the page of swords. So that tells me that, yeah, well, that's how older people think anyway. And a lot of younger people, think they know everything. And then they get themselves in trouble with reality checks and their elders telling them about themselves. So I think that's one of the biggest issues is because you're the youngest, they're going to say, Lynn, you don't know shit. You just do as we tell you. And if you don't, you know, F you better do is what you're supposed to do and blah, blah, blah. So right now you might be, feeling like you don't know what to do. But this is telling you to keep your guard up. Like, 'cause if you, like, to me, the Page of Swords is like a person who has to hold their guard up and protect themselves. And they're like, say, I'm not doing this shit. I'm not going to engage in this shit. You guys can leave me out of this. I don't want to hear it. I'm not dealing with you guys. You deal with yourselves. It's nothing to do with me. So I would say ignore their ignorance and not deal with them. I know it's hard not to, especially if you're caught up in the middle. But Instead of choosing sides, choose peace. And what I mean by that is like, don't even involve yourself. Just like, hold your guard up and say, look, I don't want to hear it. I don't want nothing to do with this bullshit. Ain't nothing to do with me, if that's the case. But I know it's easier said than done. Right. When you can see, my advice is when you can see folk from both sides, the only side that's right is you. You got to choose yourself, not choose them or choose another side. That's what you pretty much have to lay down and say, look, I agree with some things and not agree with others on both sides, but I'm not choosing any side. Y'all need to leave me out of this, and I don't want to hear it no fucking more. And if you guys continue to aggravate me, I'm going to Bermuda. They're gonna be like, what? Say I'm leaving. That's it. Just tell them you're coming here until they sort their shit up. I'm dead serious. Tell them. Tell them, look, I know this guy in Bermuda. He said I should go down there and relax. I'm going on vacation. Fuck you guys. That's it. I got you. I'll be your tour guide. You know, take you around, show you around, take you to the Crystal Caves, take you sightseeing. If you like fishing, we can go fishing. Of course I do. I'm him. I feel like things are gonna improve and get better in the next like 20 to 30 days. And the only way it's gonna get better is if like you use this as an outcome to overcome the past effort that you've made. So whatever you've done in the past and that too shall pass type of thing. So after a while, that's that's something that I see there. That if you do what you got to do and ignore them, it could be like a woman and a man that really pisses you off, and like they just don't want, you know, you don't want to deal with them. So this could be your mother and your father, or this could be like a brother and a sister. I see a woman and a man, and you in the middle. So if your mom and dad's pissing you off, just tell them, look, mom, look, dad, I'm a grown woman. I'm going to Bermuda. Fuck you guys. I don't care what you say. I'm out. I'll see you in 2 weeks. That's all. That'll piss them off for a little while. And then when you get here, when you call them, like I'll just like crinkle up some shit, make it sound like staticky, and tell them that you went through the Bermuda Triangle when your phone's not working. You'll call them when you get a chance. Yeah, take a break from everybody. All right. Dan, uh, Teresa has donated a reading for you if you want it. All right. You mailed in a claim for a class action lawsuit over a medical company that server was hacked. Do you see it? I would say from now until the end of the year, there is a possible payout for this. I do see it's very possible, but there's a but. It might be delayed. Like it might, you might want it like a certain time, but it might not get there in a certain time. So there is delays of getting it, but I'm still getting that you will get it before the end of the year. But this it's gonna have some delays and it's gonna be some like they might make some type of shit where like the person that did it, um, you gotta realize the person that we got hacked and this and that, trying to make excuses, shit like that. But like I see this problem getting resolved and the claim getting put in and it's gonna work out in your favor by the end of the year sometime. But it's like I don't know, it's kind of telling me that because of what happened, you the payout might not be like it might not be as much as you think or something like that. Or whoever's dealing with it is trying to get overly excessive on what should be like paid out and what shouldn't be paid out. So for instance, whoever's dealing with this claim, it's like they're gonna try and justify some stupid shit so you don't get what you want or don't get what you deserve. But like the person's gonna be like, yo, bitch, you're drunk, This has to happen because you guys, it's fucked up, whatever. So the hearing is supposed to be the 22nd. Yeah. So if the hearing is on the 22nd, then I feel like by the end of the year you should get something from it. So that makes sense. So and I got the number 10, so that means, October, the month of October. Ah, okay. So the lawyers will probably get a half or 2/3 of the statement. Okay. So that's probably why, like, it might not be as much as you think, because the lawyers are gonna take it. So that makes sense. 'Cause I see, like, you might not be getting as much as you want or as much as you think you're gonna get, but you're gonna get something by the end of the year. But that makes sense where the lawyers are taking that much. So yeah. I would say they're gonna take half of it at least. I see half. They're gonna take at least half. I see them taking at least half of the state of what they claim. So yeah, from now to the end of the year, I see it happening. Dan. It looks good. And then that other part was probably because of the lawyers taking half of it. Guess what today is? Today is my 6-year anniversary on YouTube. September 18th, 2019. It all started one night where I just said, fuck it. How do you go live? And I went live. It all started today September 18th, 6 years ago, right here in this very apartment. But I was on my couch. 6 years, I can't believe it. Can't believe it's been that long already. And on Saturday, it'll be 19 years I've been on my own with my maintenance business. So this month is very good for me. Two anniversaries of two things I love the most. So yeah. Let me see. Lynn, I got your donation. Thank you. And you said you want a mediumship message from. You said I would love to hear from either of my grandparents. Okay. Thanks, Dan. All right, Lynn. Let me see if I can pick up somebody. I get like a heavy chest here. Somebody probably died from a heart attack or a stroke or something. So my chest is like feels tight. Could be like either a death from that. That's the first thing I felt. Something to do with their chest or breathing. Could be breathing or a stroke or a heart attack. Somebody. I think it's like more the grandfather. Feels like a man's energy. Either that or it's a heavy heart. Or collapsed lung or something. Yeah, collapsed lung. Cause I can feel it like on my side. I feel like he got like that thing that down his mouth, right down his throat. He's telling me all this stuff. Fuck, I can feel it. Oof. I feel like your grandfather got a lot of tests done, and he's like annoyed with that. So I can feel like a lot of uh, internal damage. Yeah, your mom had, I mean, a grandmother had a heart attack. Yeah, I felt heart attack type of vibes there. Sometimes spirit makes me feel them, so I can tell them, like, whether or not it's them or not. Yeah, if he was hospitalized for a bit, I see a lot of testing, and he was pissed at that. He's telling me, man, I got all these tests done. He was telling me he got a tube shoved down his mouth to check shit and all that. Ugh. I almost feel like I have heartburn, from like the energy he's putting out. Like he was pissed. But I feel like he had a good life though. Like I feel like he was like a person who had his shit together. He was mature and he was accomplished. Like I feel like he retired and he had, he was fine. Like he had what he had. He had what he needed. I would say. Let's just say I feel like he's accomplished because he looks well dressed, well maintained. And your grandmother, like I feel like she's the same way. By looking at them both, they're well dressed, well presented. Some spirit just show me they're well presented, because they want to look good. But I feel like this is their daily life. They always wanted to look good, dress well, people that had, you know, money and maybe power and maybe a business or something. Now, it's either it's either your grandfather's brother. If your grandfather had a younger brother or a young son, so it's either, or maybe he had both, but there's a younger man, obviously. So it could be like his brother or his son. But I think it could be his son. If he had a son, then I would say like he he commends this son for being a good father, being trustworthy, being honest, taking after him. That's only if he has a son. Now, if he had a brother, I would say he feels the same way about that person because I see a man around him, but this man still might be alive because they're talking about this person. He had an adopted son that put him through hell. Did he have brown hair? Do you know who he is? And did he have like brown hair? Because the person I see has brown hair. This would determine who he is. He has brown curly hair, bang. Yeah. See, he's saying he wants this man to be honest and to be this, but obviously he ain't. But he's talking about this guy and he's saying that he wants him to be honest. He wants him to be like a good person. He wants him to be, he wants him to be that way, but he's not. Yeah. So that makes sense then. So it's like he wants him to be this way, but he won't be. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, it's just he's mentioning him to me. Like, he's talking about things in his life. He's my mom's brother. My mom was adopted. Hmm. he just told me all those things, but your grandmother's telling me that you don't have any solutions to any of your issues that you're having now. You don't know what to do. Like in the present right now, like right now today, you don't know what you want. You don't know what you're going to do. Like you have no solutions to any of your issues. And it's making you feel like a certain way. Like you feel stuck and you don't know where to turn, who to turn to. Um, I don't know if you've been like crying or something like that, or like because she shows me like you wanting to cry or you are crying sometimes, not knowing where you're going. But she's like, wait a minute, like she doesn't want you to cry. Put it that way. Yeah, don't cry. Like she's saying you gotta confess to yourself, like, and just look at yourself and just say, hey, you know, it's like she's saying you gotta make that, like, how you go into like to confession at church and you confess to the priest because you confide in him. You gotta, you're meant to do it. You know what I mean? And you know that someone's there talking to you, and like, you're just saying all the things that are bothering you, or the things that that's wrong and shit like that. Well, the thing is this is why I'm telling you this, is because they want you to talk to them, right? See, not just looking at their picture is not going to do anything. You actually have to like talk to them, you know? Look at the picture and talk to them and tell them everything that you want to tell them. They were Catholic, that's probably why I got what I got. I'm Catholic too, so I know about those things. So it's like they want you to like they want you to imagine that you are by yourself with them and you can say whatever you want. They're listening and they'll give you the answers of what you need and what's right by just listening to you and you know trying to grant those things to you. So even though you look at their picture and seeing if you get an idea, that's not the way to do it. You can look at their picture, but you got to talk to them through the picture, and even talk to them like as much time as you want. And if you talk to them, right, they will give you the solutions. But you can't expect it to happen overnight. You got to put in the work. And what I mean by that is you talk to them every day and confide in them. See, now, if you're not a person that prays every day and believes in God or believes in Jesus, then you can believe in them instead. because Jesus and God, and he puts those people back on earth to help us as a spirit. So either way, you're going to be talking to them regardless, indirectly, if that makes sense. But these are good people. See, you have good grandparents, but they don't want you to feel like you have no solution because you do. You just gotta, actually, get unstuck and like if you have some type of proposal or offer or to do something and you don't want to do it and you're denying that way of life or the whatever this is, then that's probably telling you that you're doing the right thing by denying it and moving on and making that confession to yourself saying, what's going to make me happy? Not getting involved, not going on my own way. Who cares what anybody says? My parents, whoever, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. You're old enough to do whatever you want. But see, you got to confess to yourself what do you really want? Are you being held back by these things? What happens if you make that move? What's going to happen? Is it going to be positive? Do you think that you can make that positive adjustment? But the more you confide in spirit and God, then things will get better because then you'll feel like, see, it's all a process of thinking. So if you think right, right will happen. If you think bad, and then bad's just going to continue to happen. You're going to keep going through that cycle of bullshit. See, sometimes we got to say, Mom, Dad, I love you, but I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And when I did that, my whole life changed. It's that simple. Don't think you're going to hurt anybody because at the end of the day, you're the one that's hurt for not doing what you want to do and getting caught up in bullshit. Sometimes we got to break away from family, especially our parents, to make our lives better. It's not like you're disrespecting them, even though they'll think that. At the end of the day, you still got to do what's right for you personally. So whatever makes you feel happy, you got to do. Whatever's the right thing is the right thing. So, tonight you go on, you go to the airlines and then you book your ticket uh, from where you are to Bermuda and then back. That's the start right there to get away from everybody. And you're going to have a great time. And then I'll send you back when I feel like I want to send you back. You can stay as long as you want. So good. I'll take care of you. Lobster season right now. So plenty of fish, plenty of food. I'll hook you up. And it's like, yeah, yeah. Whatever, bruh. I already tell you no, bro. You'll be alright. You just have to make the decision, you know? You got to do what's best for you at the end of the day. But you're always welcome here to come here to detach and to go on vacation. You might need a vacation. When was the last time you went on vacation? Go on vacation, come to Bermuda, hang out with your buddy Marky, and then when you're here, we can come live together, and we can do like a duo on here and shit. You know, I am imagining all these things. It'll be wonderful. It's up to you. Mhm. Yeah, all that will eventually happen, but you have to make that happen too. You know, all these things are in your power. That's what your your grandparents are saying. If you feel stuck, you're gonna remain stuck. If you feel like you can make shit happen, then you can make shit happen. See, and all it takes is you taking a risk to do something that you know is gonna work, but you can't deny it. You have to go and do it. Sometimes like you gotta say fuck it and just do something, and then it works. You know what I mean? So it's basically our lives are in our hands. It's gonna be what it is. Like for instance, today, like I said, it's 6 years I've been on here, and Saturday will be 19 years I've been on my own. If I didn't take the risk, I would not be here. I would still not have both things. And if I don't do or work every day and come on here every day or every other day or whatever and put in work, then how can I even be a bit successful? So in order to make your finances better, you gotta already know it is by putting in the work. You know, some people, unfortunately, it's not unfortunate, but we say it's unfortunate that, oh yeah, it must be nice because you were born into money or you have money or you got given this or you got given that or blah blah blah, right? But it's the best feeling is when you do it and you accomplish something knowing that you personally put in the work to make your accomplishment. So nobody can ever say, you know, blah 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 blah. Like, fuck you. I'm started from the bottom, now I'm here, yo. That's what I'm always gonna tell everybody, because that's the truth. I came from nothing, and I still have what I have because I put in the work. Two totally different things, and sometimes one is better than the other. For instance, this year I'm better on here than I am with my business, and then the year before that, my business took over this life. It was all about work, 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 and then now my maintenance business is kind of like up and down. And then on here, it's like every fucking day. And that's where God wants me to be right now. It's that simple. We can't deny what Spirit's plan and what God's plan is, because like I always say, you plan and God laughs. So if you plan to do shit and it's not the right plan or not a plan that He has for us, it's not gonna go right. But one thing He will do is if you really want your finances to get better, then you got to do your part so He does His. So the next time you look at your grandparents' photo, you say, Grandma, Grandpa, I see you in this photo, but now I want to feel the power of your spirit combined together for me. I need your help now more than ever. And you got to tell them exactly what you need, not what you want. See what I'm saying? There's needs at once, and Spirit's only going to give you what you really need. So you really have to analyze exactly what you need and not what you want. So you may want a Louis Vuitton fucking purse, but you really need money and finances to better your life so you could pay for your bills and your rent and shit like that and the ticket to Bermuda. So, that's what you gotta tell them. I need you to put me in a and to help me to nudge me in a position where I can my finances will be better. See, that's what you gotta do. I'm trying to cheer you up, you know what I'm saying? Because you said you're terrible. I don't like that. I don't want you to feel terrible. Yeah, I know. And that's good though. But that's good you don't have that. You don't need that shit. You don't need you don't need Louis Vuitton. Fuck that shit. You don't need that. I know you're not like that, but I'm just making like, an example. Because a lot of people in this world that claim their finances aren't good is because they live amongst their means. And the other half is really struggling but not having luck to get it. See what I mean? There's a difference. There's the bullshit people, and then there's the people who's telling the truth. So when people say, "Look, my finances ain't great because I had all this bad luck. I had to pay for this. I had to do that, and I had to do this, and then, it works this way or works that. I'm trying my best." We're all gonna go through those type of, situations in our lives. We're all gonna go through that. I've been there, and we all been there. But it's never gonna stay there unless you want to be there. You have to like do what you gotta do. Like you gotta make shit happen. So two is better than one. So two jobs are better than one job, right? Even people who make good money in their first job, when they take on a second job, you're showing spirit that, hey, look, I don't even need this second shit right here, but I'm taking it anyway because I want to show that I'm not taking life for granted. And it's the simple things like that that will increase your earnings and your finances. Because spirit's saying, they don't really need to do this, but they're doing it. So we're gonna reward them even more. See, it's the effect that you have on yourself that contemplates whether or not you're gonna live good or live bad, or live poor or weird, or live decent and comfortable. And that's the main thing. Hard work put me where I am today. I'm not rich, but I'm comfortable. I'm not poor because if I was, I wouldn't have 300 fucking hats and 1,000 shirts and clothes and all that shit and this apartment and the shit that I'm here because I put in the work. You know. At one point, I said I don't even need to come on here because my business was good. And as soon as I said that, they said, "Okay, well, we'll put you on here then." See, they have a plan for all of us. Yeah. So then you got to tell yourself, what can I do to make my life better? So if that was the case, then that's probably why your spirit want to show you that, hey, look, we're gonna cut your shit in half, but what are you willing to do to make up for it? Sit on your ass and do nothing, or are you gonna go and look for a second income or something else that you can do to make your life better? So that's the whole thing. A lot of people think that I'm just gonna wait for success or wait for shit to happen. It don't work that way. Unless you're like got a horseshoe up your ass and you got luck everywhere, or somebody gives you a hand up, which can happen. So this is the situation that most people have. One of the biggest complaints in everybody's life is not having enough money, you know? And my advice to people who even say that or even, put that in their energy, my advice to everyone who says that is money. You got to realize once you understand that money isn't everything, and yes, we need it because it could become the only thing in your life. You see? So money isn't everything, it's the only thing. So the reason I say that is because people always think that they have to have money to be happy. And then the richest people in the world are lonely because they can't go outside their door. You got me? And if they do, they need to pay thousands and millions of dollars on security because they're filthy rich or they're popular. You want to live that life or you want to live the life you're living now? See my point? Is we coming through the world with nothing and we're going to leave with nothing. That's a guarantee. You can put a check inside someone's coffin, but they can't cash it. It's just going to sit there and deteriorate. So, in your field that you're in now, right? Are you considering, do you ever consider for once that, hey, maybe I should do something else because this field of my work isn't working? You see? So that's what you have to ask yourself. Can I do something else? Am I talented at something else that will bring in income? Because this is showing me that it's not working. So when you get signs that it's not working, that means that you should divert yourself to something else. Or if you don't, You can always do something else to make up for the losses of what you're doing now. It all depends on you. You hold the cards. You hold your own future in your own hands. So it's either do fucking nothing or make something happen. Hey Joanna, how you been, sweetheart? You good? Yeah. You good? Good to hear. So yeah, it's really up to you, Lynn, on how you approach the things that you need to fix or enhance or make better. And that's the confession that you need to make. That's why your grandparents in the reading said you got to make the confession. You got to confess to yourself what's right, what's wrong, what can be improved, what can be dealt with, what should I do next, or can I improve this in my life? Can I make this happen? Can I make that happen? Am I just gonna stay here and just wait for a fucking miracle? What am I gonna do? Pray all day and expect something to happen? So these are the things that, making that confession to yourself or confessing to them that you really need help. Because once you do that, they will help. But you always gotta remember, you always have to do your part, which I know you can, and I believe you will. So even if no one believes in you, I do, and I'm sure a few other people will believe in that you can do make it happen. But if you have negative people around you, then you can't go forward because those negative people are gonna not want to see you go forward. So in order to detach yourself from those people, that's the decision and the confession you have to make. Right. So if that's what you need, hey Lisa, how you doing? I'm doing well, Joanna. All's good. So if you need that mental break from your family, then take whatever a mental break from your family, what it means to you, that's what you have to do. So you got to say, okay, I'm going to confess to myself right now, I need a mental break from my family. But what is a mental break from my family mean to me? What does that mean? So it's almost like you're going to keep talking to yourself and asking yourself the questions and answering yourself. And you're not crazy or insane by doing that. You're just verifying to yourself what the fuck you really want. It's that simple. And the thing is, as soon as you do it, and spirit sees you do it, they're gonna be like, okay, fine. Lynn woke the fuck up. She confessed to herself. She knows what's happening. Okay, fine, bang. We're gonna nudge her, you know, towards the airport. I mean, towards her destiny. You're doing great, Lisa. That's good. Welcome back, Teresa. Who you gonna call? See, there you go, Lynn. So, ball's in your court, sweetheart. It's up to you. But, you know, you gotta do what's right. Right for you. It's simple. And I personally feel that with you, people look at you and they say, okay, well, we know we can get something out of her. We know we can we know that she'll do what we tell her, or or we know that she will do what she's being told, or we know that she'll do this because she has no choice. So if you feel like people treat you that way, then that's where you break your silence and let people know that, hey, look, like you told me one day, you said I'm nice, but I can be a bitch too, and that's what the part you don't want to see. So it's not even about being like bad to somebody who tries to do it. It's just like breaking away from it and being at peace with it at the same time. So because you're a good person and you want to do the right things, sometimes you won't be allowed to do it by other people because they hold you back. And if you feel that way, it's time to like take that mental break. And sometimes it's a physical break you need, where you actually don't even look at them or even talk to them in a physical manner. You know, sometimes you just gotta say, "Look, I just need you people leave me the fuck alone." That's simple. I've done it many a times with a lot of people. There's some people I just can't handle around me, so I need to detach from them. My parents have been that way with me forever. But see, my parents are different now. They're a lot older. They're not feisty and like, demanding and strict. I'm not living with them. I'm not around them 24/7. But when we were living in that house, it was like a hellhole. It was like we couldn't even do anything. I felt like I was in prison. Can't go here, can't do this, can't do that. No, you're not going nowhere. No, you can't do this. Man, fuck that. As soon as I turned 19, I was out of there. Fuck you, goodbye. I didn't literally say that, but I did it. Yeah, yeah, I'm just talking about like what happened to me when I did live with my parents. That's why I broke away from them. But because you don't live with them, that's a plus. But I'm talking about dealing with them, you know? Even if you don't live with them, you still got to deal with them. So you deal with them at a distance, where like, okay, I'm heading off. Right. But see, now what you do is you tell them, I don't want to hear it. Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad. I'm not listening to this negative shit no more. I'm sorry. Look, let's talk about something else. You gotta direct the situation. You gotta just tell them straight up, look, I'm not listening to this fucking bullshit no more. It ain't happening. That's all you gotta do. But you have to be, just do it in a way where you'll be at peace with it. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. Lisa, I got your donation. Thank you. I'll answer your question. You're welcome, Lynn. I just don't want you to be terrible. When you tell me you're feeling terrible, that's not good. So hopefully I made it better now. But there comes a point in life where and you're not like getting any younger, right? We're getting older and older. So at your age, right? I feel like you're like close to my age. I could be wrong, but I feel like you're around my age, right? And I feel like because you're at that age, right? Yeah, so you're 5 years younger than me. So at that age, that's when things start to transform dramatically, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? My life has changed since I when I reached 40, I changed my life. I stopped drinking, smoking, stopped everything. I stopped everything that was bad in my life. And now I'm 48, right? And the last 8 years, I changed my entire life for the better. And now I can wake up and say, do I want to work today? Yeah, I'll go work. Fuck it. If I have a job on, I'll go work. If not, I can stay home, wash my fucking clothes, my dishes. My life, some days I feel like I'm semi retired because I finally got to the point where everything's taken care of. I work my ass off. I bust my ass, and my whole life has changed. And in the last 8 years, 6 of the years have been on here. Right? Like I said, today makes 6 years I've been on here. And the last 6 years especially changed my life because I've been on here. I listen to everybody's problems. I try to tell everybody, I've been through the same shit. We share our experiences. We share what goes on in our lives, right? We listen to each other's shit, bad and good. So the more I interacted with people that have the same issues, same problems, or even worse, or even better, it's good because you get to realize what life is because everybody else has even a worse life than you do. And ever since I've been on here, my eyes have opened wide because there's a lot of people who come in here and say, look, Mark, this shit happened, that shit happened, this person died, that person died, I don't have nobody, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm like, fuck, I thought I had problems. These people are in a worse position than me. And I'm here over here fucking complaining. And these people got a worse life than me. And then when I saw my brother and my sister in the past 8 years go through a divorce and see my nephews go through hell, that opened my eyes up again to say, do I want that life? Do I want to put myself in that predicament? Do I really want to be with somebody and then they leave you after a couple years and your kids are all fucked up because of it and shit, and then they have to go through a process because of you? So life can be fucked up, and there's gonna be times where. So what I mean is like, for instance, you're having these issues with your parents, right? But just imagine if you had cancer or they had cancer or they were dying. See how you saw your grandparents pass away and they went through that bullshit, right? And that made you feel a certain way. So even though your finances aren't right and you're stuck right now and you gotta listen to bullshit, life is never gonna be perfect, right? So we have to pick the good things out and focus more on the good things and try not to worry too much about what we can't change. Because what we can't change means someone else has to change what they're doing and they're not gonna change. Because they're saying, fuck you, I'm who I am and you gotta accept me. Because that's the easy, most comfortable route for that person. Because they don't care about what you think and what you feel. That's why you gotta use reverse psychology and say, well, if you don't give a fuck about me, because you're dumping your shit on me, then I'm not gonna give a fuck about you to see how you feel with the reciprocation of energy. There you go. See? My parents held me back for years. For years, my parents held me back. When I reached 19, it was, I love you guys, but it's time for me to start my life. And when I left that house and I went to go get an apartment and I bought a car, I bought a motorcycle, I was in the army, I was a DJ, I was a mechanic. I had 3 incomes, 3 jobs, all day, every day. I didn't even sleep more than 4 or 5 hours a day. I was on a constant grind. I was like a fucking night owl, all day, every day, no sleep. I used to say I'll die when I sleep. Fuck it. I need to work. I need money. I'm on my own now. Fuck that. I'm never going back to my parents. I'm free from prison now. See what I'm saying? So sometimes breaking away from our parents is bullshit and letting them understand that they're burdening our lives with their bullshit and they're being selfish to a certain extent. You got to say, look, I need to do what's right for me now, for my health, my life. And it's the hardest thing to do sometimes because it's your parents. It's not like you're cutting them off. You just have to limit what's reciprocated. See what I mean? And sometimes you literally gotta say like, fuck it, I need to do this for me. So I don't want to live this way. Like you said, I want to enjoy my life and not be around chaos. So that's why I keep telling you, Sometimes you might have to just have to get on a plane. and get the fuck out of there and just show them like, hey, look, I need a break from you people. You fucking irritate me. Or you limit your communication. That's all. Once you can master that, then your life will get better. I guarantee it. All right, Lisa. Let me see. All right. You're welcome, sweetheart. Anytime. Lisa, I would say it will you're gonna get funded from the claims and stuff, what you're asking, it will happen. And I feel like it'll happen between now and November is a possibility. But even if this happens, right? I would say that you'll get something, but it might not be the full amount. But whatever it is, you'll be happy. You know what I mean? Even if it's not fully funded, there's going to be like an amount where you're going to be happy with it. You're going to be like, okay, yeah, I was wishing for that, so I actually got it. But, I wish I could have got the whole damn thing because I would have been a lot fucking better, you know? So, so I would say, Lisa, that from now until November, the case will be funded, but maybe not fully, but at least enough where you're going to be happy with the outcome. Because I got the star card here, so that tells me you're going to be happy with whatever happened. Whatever happens, you're going to be happy with it. But it's telling me it might not be fully, done, but at least like you'll get an amount where you're going to be happy with it. So it could be like you're going to get 75% instead of 100. That's an example I can give you. No snags. So Lisa, I would say from now until November, it looks like you'll get it, but not the full amount, but enough that makes you happy. Like they're trying whoever the people are, they're trying to maintain like a certain level of peace to make sure it doesn't go beyond of what it's supposed to. Like they're gonna do some peaceful type of outcome where you're not gonna be pissed. You're welcome, Lisa. All right, guys, I need to get out of here. It's 12:30 in the morning, and I gotta get up at 7 to take my nephew to school. Um, but yeah, I'll be here tomorrow at some point in time. I got a busy day tomorrow, so I'm gonna go get some sleep. But I appreciate everybody coming by, and hope you guys have a good weekend and a good Friday tomorrow. It's already Friday here, as you know, 12:30. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad I came on tonight. Today is my 6-year anniversary of being on here, and Saturday will be my 19th anniversary of me being on my own for my maintenance business. So I'm gonna celebrate with a lobster. I'm gonna go get a lobster tomorrow, and on Saturday I'm gonna have a lobster for myself. I'm gonna eat the whole damn lobster too, half for my YouTube channel and half for my business, cause I earned it. I'm like that. That's where it all started, Lucky, on the couch. Right behind me, I used to have a black couch. Now it's on this side. I switched everything around. It's good to change your furniture and your place every now and then. It switches the energy. So where this is, it used to be switch. I never used to be on this table, this desk and chair and shit. I used to be on the couch. Yeah. And the coffee table, yes. So yeah, that's where it all started. 6 years ago today. And it was late at night and I still came on. I was like, fuck it. But yeah. It's been 6 years already. It's been some ups and downs and some irritating fucking people. But I would say a lot of good people I've met on here. And I've met more good people than bad. That's for sure. But yeah, I should be back tomorrow, God willing. That never happened. I never flirted with her. Hell no. I always called her names. Every time I can't flirt with too many people anymore because they take it to heart too much or they get mad or they get jealous. I just talk shit now and have fun. Because if I start like, flirting with a specific person, then they're gonna say get a room. Oh, Mark likes her more than me. And then another person's gonna get jealous and be like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like they did back then, acting fucking dumb and claiming that I'm their boyfriend and shit. And I don't want nothing to do with them. And they live miles and miles and thousands of miles away, thinking I'm gonna do a long distance relationship and show them my D on camera or something. Or my D can go through the phone or the computer. Fucking idiots. Living in dreamland. You're welcome, Tanya. Good night. Yeah, that's your friend. I met you through her. She left and you became the new pain in the ass. I saw my other pain in the ass earlier. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a good weekend if I don't see you. And when you get off of here, go and pray. You ain't gotta pray for me. Pray for your damn self.